Welcome to our kitchen. This is our rental RV while our motorhome's getting a ridiculous fix done on it. So I just wanted to do sort of a side-by-side comparison of how our RV is organized versus how you can make do when you can't really change things or get to choose your layout or whatever. As you can see, this one, it has an L-shaped kitchen, but the sink's in the corner, and then there's no little return in this area, which makes for about 2 square feet of counter space. But you can make it work. I often put the cutting board on the stove before I use the stove. Also, there's no oven, but we use our Dutch oven if we need to bake something, and it's been working just fine. I think it's important to try and keep as little stuff on the counter as possible. I've got a candle out because we did bacon this morning, and that just kind of grosses me out, having the bacon smell. I like having the thermometer so that you can see what it's like inside and out. There's a little sensor that goes outside. This is a box where we keep all our water bottles and fresh fruit and a roll of paper towels. This is my dish drying thingy. It's wet right now, so I put it in the sun to dry. Our Berkey usually has a shelf that it lives on, but in this motorhome it just sits on the counter. It does have sort of a rubber gasket that would theoretically keep it in place, but it freaks me out that if we had an accident or something, it would just go flying, and that would not be something you'd want to fly into. So we lift it onto the floor when we drive. Important to have a bowl or a bin that kind of fits the shape of your sink for when you're dry camping or boondocking. You can use biodegradable soap and then just toss your dishwater out onto the grass somewhere instead of filling your tanks up. We've got a percolator lives back there, and a bottle of olive oil, and up above we rarely use our microwave. I just don't really like the idea of it. So that's where I keep my coffee and stuff, and it makes it always smell nice. Up above is dishes. One thing I do like about this rental that ours doesn't have is these little like cubbies for putting your bowls and mugs and glasses and stuff into. It's pretty cool. I might look at the Container Store and see if I can find something for ours like that. Up top there I keep just the few Thrives that I use all the time, like pancake mix and stuff. There's our plates, and then in here we have some little bins. This one is like hot cocoa and apple cider. There's one back there for tea, and then there's another one for loose tea. There's our cutting boards and a blender bottle, and that is it for above. For drawers, we just have like minimal cutlery, sharp things, knives, and I brought way too many utensils. Really, I should have brought like this spoon and a whisk and a flipper, but you know. Let's see what that baby's up to that he won't be quiet. Hi! Are you having some problems with your teeth?
I can see his 2 teeth better.
Nice! Oh!
Like a quarter of the way.
Okay, I now have Henry with me. He's gonna help. Under the sink. What do we have, Henry? We've got saran wrap and stuff. A few Twix-It clips. Again, I brought way too many. I could have brought like 5, but whatever. A couple of cleaning supplies back there. Whoa! Let's see if Henry will let me do this without grabbing the camera. This is a container full of spices. We've got a jug of oil, which we use to season our cast iron stuff. A box of garbage bags. And that is it. Now here we have a medium-sized pot, medium-sized nonstick pan, and this box has Tupperwares, measuring cups, and dishcloths and a couple miscellaneous odd items, like, you know, a meat thermometer and stuff. Hanging off of what I guess is the towel rack under the oven, I've got another one of these little bags, and this one has in it our oven mitt things. These are pit mitts. I guess they're kind of the same as UGG gloves. I really like them. I got them for the fire pit, but we actually use them all the time in here now. And some hot plate things. Under the fridge, excuse my weird filming, I'm holding a baby. That's where we keep our griddle. That's just a small one. It fits pretty well on the little oven. We of course have our fridge, and up there is where I keep our baked stuff when we have stuff, you know, like buns and bread and stuff, but we don't often have those. Above the door there's another little cupboard, which we actually haven't used. There are some hooks around. I try and just use them for drying off things when they get wet. If you have everybody's coats hanging on hooks everywhere, there just isn't enough room to move around. So now beside the door I have another one of these little bins, and it has headlamps in it. So when you are about to go outside and it's dark out, or you're going to the campfire or whatever, everyone can just grab their little headlamp, and then as soon as they come in, they know to put them in the bin, and then they're not always lost and all over the place. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, eating hair. Delicious. Up here we have food. There's some freeze-dried stuff and some snacks, and hi.
Hey, I'm come to help you with your video.
Oh, thanks. Would you like to open this cupboard and show what we have in here? So basically we try and keep all our food just in these two cupboards. Canned stuff and crackers and cereal and stuff.
There's some hidden in here too.
Oh, there's like some bags of chips and stuff up in the middle. Wendy is outside cutting the grass with scissors. Please be careful, honey. It's quite sharp. And
I'll open up these cupboards for
that would be great. So then on the other side, what's over here?
Books and school stuff.
Okay, so we have
hidden right here.
DVDs in a binder. It's like all our DVDs. Take up way less room in a binder. A pack of paper. Mom's binders, like household stuff. Books for reading. Books for school. Your school record keeping binders, and then to the left of those binders are what? The books you've already finished, right?
Right.
Or the ones that you're not using right now.
Oh no, this is Wendy's first book.
Yeah.
And this is one.
So that's just stuff we're not using right now. And now how about what's in this cupboard, Aiden?
Oh, just more stuff.
More stuff. Okay, we've got a few of these little 31 bins. One's got pencils and crayons. There's one back there with flashcards. Some little easy readers, chalk. This is a zip top bag full of Kindles and boogie boards and stuff. And then a rectangular 31 box full of electronics.
What it says on its thing.
Thank you, Captain Obvious, hey? Okay. Out on the table, I have a folding file thing just with current school stuff that ends up being loose. Some maps, some of our work stuff, and receipts, and short-term filing. And my little bin here, this is the mom bag. Everyone knows don't touch it in the mom bag. I've got pens and stuff I need for school for them, stickers, a calculator, stapler, that sort of thing. So up above the bed in the back, there are, I don't know, I think there's about 8 or 9 bins. Each kid has 2. So you have one bin full of
clothes.
And the other one?
Socks, PJs, and underwear.
Nice. And if you have more clothes than that, then you have too many clothes, right? And we have kind of 2 sets. We have the clothes that we're wearing now, and then we have a bag underneath, which I'll show, with the clothes that are for warmer weather, so we can switch them out when we get somewhere a little bit warmer. And then Mom's clothes are over on this side. On our RV as well as on this RV. Oh, sorry. You got worried. The left side closet is a little bit bigger. So I have hanging clothes, a couple boxes where I put like tights and socks and stuff, and then that's where I put my underwear and things. And what's in your little box, Henry? What's in your little box, Henry? Let's see. Beside my bed, there's my blouse, lovely. Beside my bed, we have a rolled up Henry hoodie. You'll notice I love to roll up hoodies and anything with a hood, basically. Diapers and wipes, just a few. Some chewy toys. Toaster middies and a tube, just in case we decide to go out and join the people at the campfire. And some baby books. And that just always lives right here beside my bed. And I actually use the lid from this container up in the front seat to hold little. So you can fit about 30 hanging clothes in the left side and about 20 in the right side. That's where Daddy keeps his. He's got a little box underneath there with his jammies. And there's his hanging stuff. And then a drawer underneath for undies. So up in the front, whenever we get junk paper, you know, weird random things that you accumulate when you're traveling, I put it in the lid of this rectangular box, and that's what we use for fire starter. And then of course, last but not least, one laptop bag. And actually we can fit all our cords and all our laptops in that one bag.
So this isn't our motorhome, but we still were able to get some amount of organization underneath. We just kind of keep all of our games and things. Normally this picnic table and chairs all fit in here too, and it all gets pretty full. We keep our griddle in here. These new motorhomes have this big pass-through thing, which is actually really nice, but the downside of it is your bed ends up being 4 feet off the ground in the bedroom, and it just feels kind of claustrophobic. So I'm not sure it's worth the trade-off. But the other really cool part about these motorhomes is this third hatch right here. Normally it's just a pass-through thing, but with this third hatch it just makes everything that much more accessible to get at, which is really nice. Then you've got all your 31 pegs that you got right before we left, which was super handy. And
so we've got shoes.
We've got all our secondary shoes in here.
Yeah, kid shoes. These are these zip-up bags are our out-of-season clothes.
And blankets.
And extra blankets.
Mm-hmm. Toques and mitts in a box, winter coats.
Nice and easy to get to for when it's cold, or, you know.
Well, because a change in elevation can mean a drop in 10 degrees, right?
Yeah, or, you know, you light a fire and then suddenly you need your winter coat. And then way in the back there, behind the extra diapers, are little lidded boxes with extra odd bathroom things and first aid. And our trick for coats and jackets and hoodies is
we learned this at a sports store.
Rolling.
You just roll it up into the hood. Doesn't matter the size of the coat. I mean, this is a huge winter coat, but once it's rolled up, it's really compact. And it, actually, if you roll it right, it keeps it from wrinkling too. Which is really nice.
So we've got one full of winter stuff and one full of jackets, and then another one full of grown-ups. Oh, and this is where we keep extra pop and weird clothes.
Yeah, any extra pop or extra beer if you have it. It's good because it keeps it cold out here too.
Yeah, you don't have to waste fridge space.
Yeah, which is really nice.
Awesome, and that's all we have got.
That's it for now.
Fairly minimal.